Bro, you want to play the PokerStars Caribbean
All right,
adventure?
we're gonna go ahead and get started here, guys, in just a couple minutes. I'm just gonna wait for everybody to hop on.
What? Okay. Well, Sheree and Jake will be here in a sec, so I'll show you.
All right, hey guys, we're gonna start in about 30 seconds. The topic that we're gonna be talking about today is yesterday Tom Alcazan came out to Arizona. He rallied up kind of all of Alex's groups that were in the U.S. and we kind of just talked about a lot of straight to the point stuff. He was really candid about the stuff he was talking about. And he really just gave us some insight on long-term vision, having the depth of vision, and really looking at all aspects of the business and seeing really what we could do to take our businesses to that next level, and to really understand where we at, why we were where we're at, and what we could do ourselves and what you guys could do to take yourself to that next mental level in your business. And so one sec, I'm gonna move to no, it's not the Wi-Fi, it's just the TV is kind of loud. Sorry guys, one second. All right, that's better. Let's see. Okay, so going ahead and getting started, guys. It's kind of the topics are going to bounce around just a little bit, just because it's just all of the stuff that Tom was kind of talking about, really the most important points. And for those of you guys, all of you obviously are silver and above that are on here. If you haven't had a chance to connect to Tom Alcazan, got in contact with him, got a chance to have like a Skype call with him yourself, and you wanna learn some more with them, just let me know if that's something that you're interested in, and I could help you set up a time to have some one-on-one FaceTime with Tom over Skype, so you could maybe ask some questions that you may have for him. So just wanted to extend that offer, starting it off. And this is what he started off the whole training with yesterday. The first point that he really started talking about was, what do I really want to have happen in my Vima business? So basically, like what he's talking about, what you got to be thinking about is like not just your why. Like everyone has what their why is, but really like what do you really want to happen? Like thinking about it. He had us yesterday write it down. He said, what do you really want to happen from your Vima business? Not just your why, but like, what do you want to happen? Like, what do you really want to happen? Not just like, oh, like generic, I want this to happen or that to happen. Like, kind of just, specifically showing, what you really want your life to look like. And then, he said once we wrote it down, to tell one of our mentors that. So I told him what mine was. So if you guys, for example, after the call, like kind of just like thinking about what you really want to happen from Vima, maybe message your mentor, get a chance to talk to him, whoever, you want to tell this to, and tell them about it, because just doing it for yourself and not telling anyone about it doesn't help hold you accountable. Reach out to somebody else, tell them a little bit about it, and then so they're able to help hold you accountable on, your dream life, what you really want to happen from it. And so, one of the things that he was kind of talking about is really like, what environment have you placed yourself in for building your Vima business? Like, what environment have you placed yourself in? He started talking about, he's like, you don't need your upline, your downline, you need yourself. You need a decision for yourself to, that you're going to be successful with this business. And, as far as the environment goes, life is a do it to yourself thing. And what it is your attitude towards it. So if you're, in a position where you're not really happy with, where you're, able to build your dream of business, you have to, maybe change some things up. Maybe you're, hanging around an environment, or, people on your team that are in an environment that aren't really the most supportive towards building their Vima business. Maybe help, invite them to hang out with you more if it's somebody on your team that's just in a negative environment. Or maybe if you're in that environment, start getting yourself more around, some of the people in the business to help keep you focused, help keep you on track. So he was talking about that is because he was telling us he's like, a lot of people, they get off track because, they're not really, they're not keeping their eyes on the main thing, what the end result is going to be. So you have to, constantly, evaluate the environment that you're putting yourself in, to build your Vima business. And not just in that sense, but, are you putting yourself in an environment to meet new people? Are you able to meet new people with, where you're going around currently? So just, looking at that, because obviously if you're not going to be able to meet any more people with what you're doing now, you got to maybe add in some stuff where you can meet some new people. Maybe join a club, or, maybe playing, some sports with some friends, and like a new group of friends that you haven't really, had a time to really meet. So just, putting yourself out there to meet people, to add more people to your list. And let's see. One of the big things that Tom was talking about as well is balancing the 6 factors of your life, and this is a really, really important one. So it's kind of hard to see on here. My handwriting is awful, but if you guys are taking notes right now, draw this circle, and you're gonna kind of draw, a line down, across, and then one just kind of, slash through there. And so this is the 6 things, the balance of your life. Okay, and in each, in each little section, you're gonna write something different. In each one of these sections, you're writing something different. I'm gonna tell you guys what to write, and I'll repeat it a couple times. So in one of the sections, you're gonna write faith. So you write faith in one of those sections, whether you're religious or you're not religious, or, you're just like, on a spiritual level for yourself, of just like, spiritually, kind of, that's that little section on there. The next section is family. So the next section on there is family. And then the next section is business. And again, I'll repeat all these again. The next section is physical life. The next section is mental life. And the last section is social life. So again, kind of going through, this circular chart again. The first section is faith, then family, then business, then physical life, mental life, and social life. And so basically, and if anyone needs me to repeat any of those, just feel free to message me on here. But basically, looking at all these sections of your life, you got to rate. He had us rate them. He said on a scale of 1 to 5, rate all of those sections. So maybe with your family, you feel like right now you've been maybe you haven't been spending enough time with your family, or maybe you're spending a lot of time with your family. Just kind of like looking at how much time you're spending with your family, or putting into that aspect of your life, and maybe your physical life. I've been working on that a lot, thanks to Truls. He's a lot of support, as far as like encouraging me with physical and kind of the mental, part of that. But the thing is, we got to make sure that we have a balance in all areas, because I don't just want to see you guys, grow financially of life, with, faith, family, business, physical, the mental, social life, all aspects of that need to grow in order. So, that's one of the other things that Tom was actually talking about was he's like, in life, if you want to be happy, you can't just have, a couple of these sections. You can't just have a lot of money and then, a great social life. Because if your family's lacking, your faith's lacking, and your physical health is lacking, you're not going to be happy. You got to have a good balance of, all of these sections here. And so I want you guys to look at, these different sections, and Tom talked about it. He's like, guys, life is always going to be a balancing act. All through life, you're going to be balancing through all of these different sections. But, just to, putting the priorities in order, the things that are most important, obviously, building the Vima business is up there in the priorities for, for a few years, as we're building the business and, we're in the trenches, getting to work, we're learning the skill set, we're getting better. But, don't neglect these other aspects of life, because personally, I did that, with physical and mental and social life and faith. And, the only things on here that I actually had in order was business, and then I spent a lot of time with family. So, just looking at, your life, when and you're looking at your circle and you're rating yourself from 1 to 5 and looking at those different areas, see what you could maybe improve on a little bit better. And, today's Sunday, guys. One tip, of the skills, so you can kind of incorporate more of this stuff into your life, is on Sundays is when I schedule what I'm really going to be doing for the whole week. So I'm going to be, before today's over, it's obviously, early afternoon for me, but before tonight is over, I'm going to know what I'm doing every night this week. I know which home events I'm going to be attending. I know, specifically Tuesday nights, one of my good friends' birthdays, and, I'm going to go play soccer, go meet some people Tuesday, and then, spending time in the gym at a certain time, going to, class. And so it's just like looking at, your week. Look at, you gotta take control of your week. You gotta take control of your schedule and look at, okay, Monday through next Sunday, what do you have going on? Your family level, make that, obviously the priority in there. Look at what you could schedule for Vima, what home events you're going to be at, who you're going to be sharing the product with, within the next 7 days. Who are you going to be making calls and invites to? Who on your team are you going to be practicing, role playing the invite, role playing the closing process, role playing presenting? So just looking at the different things that you could be doing to help better that circle, their balance of life, so that you could become happy. Because that is my goal for you guys, is to become happy in all aspects of life. So it's not just, one thing overruling everything. And I really think if we really portray that message that, Tom was talking about it a lot, if we really portray this message of overall balance of life and all growth of life in all areas, we're going to attract even more people to our businesses, because we're going to be, full. We're going to be fulfilled in all aspects. So, that's one of my biggest goals for the team, myself, is become fulfilled, be, full of joy and excitement and happiness in all areas, as we work on this together. And so I know this is kind of, just, on like different stuff. I know it's not actual skill sets, some of it, but I believe it's really, really important that, we get all aspects included in here. And so I wanted to, the next kind of thing that I want to talk about is skills. This is, this kind of, opened my mind a lot. And skills, this is what Tom was kind of talking about. He said that, in order to become a professional, they say it's 10,000 hours. If you guys have read the book Outliers by Malcolm Gladwell, he wrote about, how it becomes 10,000 hours, which kind of, is about 4 years of time to become an expert at something. That's, what we have to realize is none of us have been in this business for 4 years. We aren't at that point where, we've developed our skill sets enough to, keep, going up. So we have to always improve our skill set. And a couple of statistics that Tom, gave us yesterday was, he said that attorneys, well, in the U.S. anyways, attorneys study 16,000 hours before they're even allowed to start practicing, before they're able to even start. They go to school and they have, interns for 16,000 hours before that they're able to even start doing anything. with their business. Another thing, really big number is, Olympic athletes on average take 20,000 hours of practice before they do their first event in the Olympics. 20,000 hours of practicing before they even do their first event ever in the Olympics. So it's just looking at, in all areas of life and all crafts, that it's just, working on that craft over and over and over, hours and hours and hours, becoming a real professional at what you do. And, kind of my challenge to you guys, I know some of you guys on here are really, really serious. Some of you guys are, semi-serious. And it's just like, my challenge is, we got to really become professionals at this business. We got to get good at the skills. And it's just going to take practice. We got to get better. We're going to learn by failing, by falling on our face, by, you guys starting up teams, them failing, starting up teams, them having success, going down, going up, going down, going up. And Tom was talking about, his business was up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down for 38 years. And so we just got to, look at, okay, we're all new to this. We're still brand new to this industry, and, we can get so much better. Trying to see, because I don't want to go too much longer. I'm going to give you guys a call to action that Tom gave all of us kind of as a challenge. And we can kind of see, whoever gets, achieves that by next Sunday's call. And we'll kind of, make a kind of a little post on that. Okay, so let's see. The next thing, I'll just go to the call to action. And then I'm going to take some of the stuff that Tom talked about yesterday as well, and then incorporate it into next Sunday's call. So kind of have it be like the part 2 of today's. Just, getting you guys, focusing on, really again, looking at, what you really want. What do you really want to have happen in your VEMA business? Kind of recapping, looking at what you want in your VEMA business. And after this call, once you kind of rewrite it again, Tom said he makes his kids do it every 90 days, and he does it every 90 days. So it's just, even though we've done it, just continue to do it, because it keeps evolving as we grow up here. And so the next thing that we kind of talked about was balancing your life. Looking at all these aspects of your life, seeing, where you may be excelling, maybe where you need to put in a little bit of work. Because again, I want to see everyone grow up here in all aspects of their life, on everything. And so kind of the, call to action, from this call, again, rewriting your life as you'd like it to be. And these are all the things that Tom challenged us with. So number 1 was rewrite your life as you would like it to be. And then the second one, and I'll repeat these again. The second one is Tom focused on telling us, mastering the little things, mastering the list, the approach, and presentation. Tom showed us he had his list. He had his list at the event yesterday. He always carries his list around with him, and I was kind of wondering why. And he said that whenever you're meeting people, you could always write their name down, even though you don't have to talk to them about VEMA right away, but you're just writing names down, so you have a continuous list of people always growing as you meet new people every single day, so that it helps you remember to keep, as you keep meeting people, to get their contact, their Facebook, or get their phone number. That's why he said that he kind of does it, is so he can continuously always be growing his list to reach out to people with. So, mastering the list, the approach, obviously the invite, role playing the invite with those newest members. And then, the presentation as well. And then, the third part of the call to action of the challenge from Tom is this new rank advance period that's coming up here Friday the 31st. He said that he challenged all of us to personally enroll 2 people. Okay, so imagine if, everyone on this call decided that, next rank advance period, we're all going to bring 2 new people into the business. So, putting that down is, all right, we could do that. That's a very, very attainable, realistic goal. Maybe even more people. Obviously, some of the, newer rank advances on here that just hit silver could probably even do more. Number 4 is, focusing on gold. If you're on here, you're not yet gold, we got to focus on getting you to gold so you can go for gold. And for those of you on here that have, your bronzes, getting close to silver, got to get them to that point so they could start participating in the calls. The silvers on here, we got to get you to gold, get you to go for the gold. And number 5 is staying plugged into everything, which I just saw Truls that you translated the new affiliate worksheet. Thank you so much. That's awesome. It's going to be a great resource for everyone. If you haven't seen it, I think you just posted it in the Vima Stars group. I just saw it on Facebook briefly here. And then number 6, this one is kind of just what Tom was talking about. He said number 6 is pray like it all depends on him and work like it all depends on you. This is a quote from Tom. 6 was pray like it all depends on him, work like it all depends on you. Because it does. It's all on us. It's your business. This is my business, and it's your business. It's all dependent on what we do to get us to where we want to go. And number 7 is never, ever, ever give up. Never give up. Where you're at, up here, don't quit. Never give up. And Tom kept reiterating the whole time, he was telling us, he's like, he wants us to live the life that they've been able to live now. And he said, he told us, he's like, it was really hard. He said it was really, really hard for, a while. And he said he still has a lot of challenges, but the thing is, it's all worth it, to have the freedom to, do the things that you really want to do in your life. It's all worth it for your dreams. And it's all worth it for everything that you guys want in your life. So running through this real quick before I close up. Number 1 is rewrite life as you would like it to be. Share it with somebody, one of your mentors, so you could, they could help hold you accountable. 2, mastering, the list, approach, presentation. Number 3, agreeing to, personally enroll 2 new people in the new rank events period that's starting on Friday. Number 4, focusing on gold, getting you to gold if you're not yet gold, or getting your team to gold if, the people that are not yet gold yet. Number 5, staying plugged into everything. Number 6, again, pray like it all depends on him, work like it all depends on you. 7, never, ever, 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 ever give up. It's worth it to, follow our dreams and, do what we're doing. And I, want to say, appreciate you guys taking the time again, being on here to, be learning stuff continuously every Sunday. It's my goal to, help you guys grow as much as I possibly can, in on the business aspect and all aspects of life. And, I'm going to continuously, come to you guys with more and more content each and every week. I think in 2 weeks, the second week of the rank advance period, I'm going to have a special guest on here. Still, kind of depending on, how things go. But, appreciate you guys hopping on here again. If you need anything for this week, let me know. If you want me to hop on any training calls, if you want me to hop on any opportunity, UVUs, or anything that you guys need help with, if you need help practicing with something or you want some advice, obviously feel free to message me, let your team know, obviously here as well for them. Whatever you guys need, let's make it happen. Last week of the rank advance period, we have from now until Thursday to make it happen. Look at where you're at, look at where your team's at, see who we could help push some volume through to get them to that next level. But with that, guys, I'm excited. We'll talk to all of you soon, and have a great rest of your Sunday night. Bye, guys. Talk soon.